auspicious blessings and grace of my Guru, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, I welcome you to this video. Through these videos of mine, I share my journey of enlightenment. I share my journey, my life of a Hindu sannyasi. There are many questions. What is enlightenment? Why sannyas? Why we are doing what you're doing? Why Kailash? These are not just questions that come from the viewers who watch these channels or these videos, but also from many people I've met through my life. Before I was initiated as a Hindu sannyasi, I was an actor by profession. From an actor to a sannyasi, the journey of my life is a curious factor for many people. Why I choose what I choose. Why I'm doing what I'm doing. So this platform helps me to share my experiences, my beliefs, my belief in Swamiji's principles, my faith, my undeterred quest, which sort of reached me to Swamiji. My undeterred quest, like each and every one of y'all. What is life? Why are we born? Why is there so much of suffering? And even to a certain extent, settling down in life, thinking that, oh, this is life. Life is full of suffering. And that's how it is. Or life is full of turbulence. Or life is full of challenges. And it's part of life to get angry sometimes, to get upset sometimes, to get depressed sometimes, to be happy sometimes, to be joyful, to be celebratory. These are all the various emotions of life. And this was my idea of a natural flow of life. But my fundamental question, why are we born as human beings? And why there is so much of suffering? Is it really possible to live without suffering? Is it really possible to live life happily, unimpacted by the various factors in life, the various events in life, especially that you do not look forward to in a very happy way, especially when things happen to you that you would never have wished even to your enemies? How do you face life at that time? Is depression, suicide the only option? Suffering the only option? These were many questions I had in life. And why do humans have to suffer? Why do I have to suffer? Why? The question why, I never found a reason. I did not find the answer till I started watching Swamiji's teachings. And a more deeper understanding of the why and how to live life without suffering, and the fact that human life is meant to live enlightened, meant to radiate enlightenment. These things, these fundamental rudimentary facts of life, I started understanding only after I started following Swamiji's teachings and principles. Be it from the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Brahma Sutras, or the various philosophies, the different Hindu philosophies, the Dvaita, the Advaita, the Nyaya, the Sankhya philosophies. All this I have read at various aspects of my life, at various points of my life, before I met Swamiji, or even the Viveka Chudamani by the great Vivekananda himself. And I used to read Valalar's Revelations of Human Life. And I used to wonder, is it really possible to live such a... Their lives are not just the life of enlightenment, but there is such a beautiful life, a life without suffering, a life that contributed to others, their life that gave joy to others. Their very existence, their very presence in this planet Earth contributed so much to people's life. And when we talk about Sankhya philosophy and its contribution to human life, I don't mean just the philosophy itself. I mean, I'm referring to Kapila Muni, who compiled the Sankhya philosophy for human mind, for human thought. So when I was reading all this, I used to wonder, and in fact, I almost yearned for the time to be around such great masters. And of course, the most reverential, I think I would say my most favorite would be Srinyaneshwara. What a life. It's an endless list before I met Swamiji. Sri Santanyaneshwara, Adi Shankara. All these people I thought were only mm, more like a narrative, some impersonal stories that left a great impact on me. And always I used to think that that is encompassed and enframed and possible only to books. It's not real, it cannot happen. And the first glimpse that it is possible to live such a beautiful life, to live a life without suffering, I had when I started following Swamiji's videos on YouTube channel. And when I started attending his programs in public and started getting his initiations, I experienced that it is possible to live life without suffering. That human life is meant to live joyfully, is meant to transcend each aspect of your life, each event of your life, without having to feel sorrow, without feeling depressed, without feeling violent, without feeling violated. And that was the most liberating moment for me in my life. It was empowering that all these philosophies, whether it is from Brahma Sutras, from Sankhya philosophy, or from the lives of the great masters, whatever I have read across these books, Swamiji gave it as experiences not just to me, but to millions of Hindus across the world. The grace of the master, the initiation of a guru, is incomparable and almost very, very difficult to describe unless you have been initiated and you have experienced. That is the quality of a guru. That is the quality of an incarnation. One can never encapsulate him into any kind of a framework. So, all those lives of the great masters I had read, when I started seeing Swamiji, I was like completely bowled over. I was like, yes, this life is possible. We can live it now. I don't need to just read the books and yearn for it. It has become my reality. And that is what made me decide to take up sannyas. Anybody who can make me feel empowered, liberated. It is not just me, it is being liberated from the human bonds. When I'm saying bond, I don't mean as in a relationship, I mean as in the emotions, the traumas that are attached to these emotions. I mean those bonds. When you're empowered and liberated from it experientially, and it's no longer just a philosophy in the book. And it's an experience that has been replicated across millions of people. I felt this is a life to live. And this is what I want to leave behind for generations next. There is a huge difference between how Guru trains you for life and how the Western education and today's society trains you for life. When a guru tells you anything, guides you towards a certain thought current, it is to empower you. It is not to bind you, it is not to enslave you. Whereas a society or the Western education teaches you to enslave you, to addict you to a certain lifestyle, to make you feel, yes, this is the right style, this is the right only way to live. You have to be, whether you like it or not, you have to force yourself to live within certain social frameworks. If you're a son, a daughter, a mother, a wife, you have to behave in a certain way. And it's almost enforced. There is no individual expression of self. I don't mean you need to violate the laws. That is not what I'm saying. But a lot of us make decisions, many decisions, based on what others expect from us. And sometimes it is suffocating, and sometimes those decisions are not what we want to take. It is not just those decisions are made from not wanting to take out of individual likes or dislike, but there'll be something deep inside you that will tell you, no, do not take this decision. This is the wrong decision. But you will end up taking that decision, doing those things because it is the thing to do. I'll give a very simple example: alcohol, smoking. Today, kids at the age of as young as 11, 12. In fact, today's kids at the age of 11, 12 have boyfriends or girlfriends. And if you do not have either a boyfriend or girlfriend, you're not considered cool. You're not considered niche. You're not considered fashionable. So many children buckle under this peer pressure. Even though they are not happy doing it, even though they do not want to do it, the mind is not strong enough to stand up for your beliefs, to stand firm on your integrity to yourself. So you cave in. You cave in to fit into the crowd. It is those kind of decisions that are enslaving. Whereas Swamiji's teachings, even in that peer pressure, he never gives in to something that is not integrated to life. It is not about individual decision. Is this the right thing you are doing as a human being, as a human value? If you're not, don't do it. Do not cave to any pressure, any blackmail, any kind of tantrums. Do not cave in. Do not buckle. When you see this as a lifestyle, when you're empowered from inside of you, that you can actually achieve, do what you want to do, become what you want to become without having to buckle in or succumb to peer pressure. If you have that confidence inside of you, so deep inside of you, it drives you day in and day out. What's a greater gift you need than that? This is the difference between enslavement and empowerment. And I can challenge any child, any human being will not want to choose this kind of enslavement, especially to addictions. If they had the right knowledge, if they had the right ecosystem. That right knowledge, that right ecosystem that is empowering you to make decisions, to live life without suffering, to live life without addictions, whether it's alcohol addiction, drug addiction, shopping addiction, food addiction, any kind of addiction, is the result of suffering, is the result of suppression. And every teaching of Swamiji's is only to empower you, free you, liberate you from any of such suppressions or sufferings. This is the simple difference between the knowledge, the training the Guru gives you, and the knowledge and the training the society or the Western education gives you. The Guru teaches life is all inclusive, it is never about self. You always have to think of the impact any decision of yours makes around people who live around you. Swamiji always teaches, always make that decision that will make everybody happy without having to feel suppressed or oppressed or violated. And any decision you make from completion will always make people happy. This is Swamiji's teaching. And he says never cave in for any kind of pressure. Even though at that moment it may seem the most difficult decision to make the right decision from the space of completion. This science of completion, this science of enlightenment is the right knowledge that a guru can give you. Whereas the society teaches you to think about yourself, how you feel, you being accepted by your peers, you feeling to be the most cool person, be it in your school, your society, is given primary importance, not for your soul, not for your consciousness. Giving you the right knowledge to empower you is the only solution for addiction, any kind of addiction. And that's where the Guru's grace, the Guru's teachings are such an important component of your life. And for me, taking these teachings, living these teachings, and sharing these teachings are such a huge aspect of my life. The only solution for man today is to live a life without suffering. The science of enlightenment, Jivan Mukti, is not just a choice anymore for people. It's not something you can do maybe when you're 60, or maybe in the next birth, or maybe never. Science of enlightenment has become a survival necessity for man. And today, Swamiji is the only incarnation, the only avatar who's so available to people, who's so available for human beings through his gamma out collection of teachings, his immense knowledge, his immense compassion is so available for people on YouTube, on Facebook, almost any digital platform you take. That is the compassion of a guru. Explore, experience enlightenment. Don't miss this opportunity that comes once in a lifetime. I'm not just saying because I'm a sannyasi of the order, I'm a sannyasi in Kailasa. I'm not saying for that. Because I genuinely believe that what I have experienced, you should experience. The feeling of being empowered, the feeling of being liberated is such a feeling. Nothing can give it to you in life. There's no replacement for that feeling. Just experience that and you will understand why the science of enlightenment and Swamiji is the only solution for human beings. Always choose the right knowledge, the right ecosystem to help you walk out of suffering, help you walk out of any addiction. The one solution for all addictions you can take, or for any addictions you can take today, is having the right knowledge, and that is the science of enlightenment, the science of completion. There are so many videos of Swamiji's on his YouTube channel, Kailasa's SBH Nithyananda, and similar different social media handles. The Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn are just a few I'm going to name. I will put the links of almost all of them below in the description box. Follow Swamiji, follow his principles, and you will see experientially, even just listening to his teachings, listening to his revelations, listening to his techniques, practicing his techniques, the techniques that he is teaching will make you experience a, an immense liberation and a very deep empowerment within yourself. Experience it, experience enlightenment. Thank you for watching. Nithyanandam.